right, everyone, so I am making lunch. I'm back from the doctor's office on my walk home, and I'm hungry and Glenn's hungry. We didn't really eat much last night, so let's show you what we're doing. This is going to be another extremely cheap meal because we're utilizing food pantry items and mainly food pantry proteins. So I don't know if this is called a protein, but it's meat. We're using these Johnsonville smoked brats that we received from the food pantry. We're not even going to use them all. We're going to use 3 of them right now. And in here, just a few minutes, I'll show you what we're going to pair those with. That's extremely cheap, and it's going to make this whole meal cheap but delicious and a full meal. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these open. I hate these. Bastards. I'm just cutting it. I can cut it even. You know what? I'm going to do this. There we go. I just sharpened the knife, so now it's sharp and now it's cutting smoothly. Alright. The other 3 that are going to be left over, I'm going to put in a Ziploc bag anyway. I cut it through and it didn't even cut it completely open. 10 packages. Alright, there we go. I think here in a few seconds the beeper is going to go off. But I'm going to go ahead and split these down the middle. These are not the better cheddars. These are just smoked brats. Amazing how nice a sharp knife cuts, huh? Alright. Glenn's going to have 2. I'm going to have 1. I always tend to cut them thicker on one side and thinner on the other. That's not too bad. Alright. I'm going to leave them in this pack, but then I'm going to put the whole pack in a Ziploc bag. Alright, so I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to grab our main part of the meal. Alright, everyone, so you can hear that sizzling, and you can see we have cabbage steaks. So I made this for the first time not too long ago. I did a video on it, and one of our last Walmart orders, I ordered a cabbage for along with the stock up stuff, because my intention was to just cut it up and freeze it. But then we needed something to eat for now, and it was still in the refrigerator. So we decided to have some cabbage steaks. Now we were going to have this last night for supper, except I made that fideo a little late in the afternoon where we weren't hungry at supper time. So we made it for lunch today, and yeah, it's smelling good, it's looking good. And I didn't record doing all this, but I will attach the link to the video where I first made these in the description. I'm going to try to get better at that, is attaching links to certain videos, because somebody also asked for the directions or the how to make the picadillo. I thought I did it in the video, but I will look for the other video where I made them and I'll try to put it in there. But alright, so I'm just going to take these sausages, put them face down. Glenn is having 2, like I said. And on his, he's got the seasoned salt, pepper, onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and crushed red pepper flakes. Me, I just have seasoned salt, pepper, and onion powder. So, and we got the links from the pantry. The cabbage was $1.73. So still less than $2 for this delicious meal that's going to come up. So, all right. They've been in the oven for a half hour at 350, and now I'm going to put them in for another half hour. All right, everyone. So it's been an hour, and we're done. We're going to eat now. It smells so good. Oh, it dropped. Now, all this stuff that's a little charred, don't think that's burnt or anything. It just looks that way, but it tastes delicious. Oh, it's kind of falling apart here. This is Glenn's. And after I eat, in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about what I got out of today's doctor's visit, my post-op. And here are the sausages. Alright, I'm going to take this to Glenn and I'll be right back. Alright, everyone, so here is mine. So that's my cabbage steak, and I took one sausage and I put the knife through it and it's done. So yeah, it smells good, it looks delicious, and it's a full meal, and it's just for lunch. So that's another meal of taking a food pantry item and combining it with something of your own and making a cheap meal. So altogether, this was less than $2 for both of us. Alright, so that's gonna do it for lunch, and stay tuned for whatever else I do today. Hey everyone, so I was going to get back with you guys earlier after lunch, but yeah, I ended up taking a nap, so and I wanted to kind of go vlog outside, but it's been like super windy, and now it's actually getting colder outside. As you can see right now, I just took Gypsy out, and the real feel is in the 30s right now, so it's getting a bit nippy at night, but I'm loving it because then I walk in the house and the heat's going. So, but I got my winter hat on, so it's time to break out the winter hat and my hoodie. So, yeah, I just took Gypsy outside, but I wanted to get back with you guys and talk a little bit more about my follow-up appointment with the surgeon. And it's something about the appointment. It's something I needed to hear, and it just made a world of difference in what I'm doing now as far as my arm. So I've mentioned before how my hand, when I don't have the brace on, how my hand feels like it's just going to flop over, and it feels like detached from my arm. I'm sure I've mentioned that a couple times. So when I brought it up with the surgeon, he absolutely said something I needed to hear. And he said, and I don't know if I mentioned that when I was walking home. I might have, but if I didn't, I'll say it again. I apologize if I already said it. But he said it actually doesn't have anything to do with the surgery or the broken bone or the plate, anything like that. What that feeling is stiffness from first being in a cast, now being in a brace for how long, and it has become stiff, just like my fingers. I showed you how cupped they are, mainly the last two fingers here. So, and all the while before my appointment, that's been my major concern with me trying new stuff to better my mobility with my hand and my arm. But because it was feeling that way, I didn't want to push it because I thought that had something to do with the broken bone, and I was fearful of re-damaging it. So, but when he said it had nothing to do with that, that all it is stiffness, and that to me, I was talking to Glenn about it, and I told him I needed to hear that. That just gave me more confidence in working out my hand and my arm now. So yeah, it's like when I got home after hearing that, I got home and I tried doing stuff without my brace right away. So yeah, and I'm constantly working the hand around to start, loosening it. And yeah, when I got home, I took off my brace, and I didn't go crazy because yes, it still needs a lot of work. So I didn't go crazy, but I wanted to try some stuff. So I took it off and I washed a couple dishes, and it felt so good. I never thought I'd say that it felt so good to be able to hold the dishes with both hands without the brace on and without the plastic thing over my whole arm, and to be able to actually do dishes almost normal, because I still had to go slow, but I was able to hold the dish and even kind of wash it a little bit with the right hand, but then I would switch it over and wash with the left hand. But I did some dishes, not a lot, but I tried it without the brace. So it's like, I don't know, it's, that feeling like a whole new door was opened up to you. Well, that's how I felt when he told me that it had nothing to do with the broken bone, that I just need to work it out now to make it unstiff. So yeah, it just was like a whole new door opened for me, and it gave me so much more confidence, and I couldn't even believe it. It was such an overwhelming feeling. So I've tried a couple different things without the brace, and I only do it for a little bit, and then I put the brace on for a little while, and then sometimes I'll sit at the recliner if I'm just there, and I'll take off the brace and let my arm rest there. And just what I'm trying to do is trying to get used to not having the brace on, especially because he said by November I should be able to do more. And I think I was really dependent on the brace because it made my arm feel really good and gave me so much comfort. I think I really had a fear of not having that brace on to give me that comfort. But since he said that, I'm just like trying different things now. I'm typing more now, and it does get to a point where, like, if I'm writing, I start to get shaky, or if I'm typing, it starts to ache a little bit, and then I'll, put the brace back on. I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel like 100%, and I know you know that, but it feels good to be able to take the brace off and do some things now. But like I said, I can't push it because it still just has a different feeling still. And yeah, so it just, I wanted to just get back with you and follow up with you on that. I like to express, things to you guys, and that was just such a happy feeling for me, and I wanted to share that with you guys. But I will sleep with the brace on still, and you guys are probably just getting tired of hearing me talk about my broken arm, but it's a long road to recovery, a full recovery, because he even said it takes 6 to 8 weeks for the bone to heal, and it's going to take months after that for it to get stronger. So yeah, but I just, yeah, just knowing that feeling I'm having there is nothing to do with the broken arm, that it's just stiffness that I need to loosen up. I'm just like so happy about that. I didn't express that much when I was walking home and telling you about it, but after I got home and I tried, I washed the couple dishes, and it was such a good feeling. And I told, like I said, I was talking to Glenn, and I told him I really just needed to hear that, and it gave me so much more confidence to really start working out my hand, basically my hand connection to my arm, if you will. But so yeah, I washed some dishes without it, and it was nice because I didn't have to worry about wetting the brace, wetting the cut, and I just was able to really just get my hand in there and get it wet. And so yeah, just those little things that really just make you happy. And I've been determined, you guys know I've been pushing my limits since I broke my arm, but I've been determined to get to the recovery as quickly as possible, and because I really want full use of my hand and arm again. And yeah, I think I just had a fear. I'm like people get addicted to painkillers and stuff. I feel like I'm addicted to the arm brace because it gives me comfort. So I'm starting to kind of detach from that a little bit, if you will. And yeah, so I hope you guys know what I mean, that it made me so happy, and that I needed to hear that, which gave me so much more confidence to really work on the strengthening of my hand and arm again. So, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. So yeah, my intention was to go back outside and vlog out there. I'm not really crazy about vlogging in the house, but it's been super windy and yeah, and raining. It's been raining the last couple of days, so I didn't get a chance to go back out to vlog, so I just figured I'd just sit here and talk to you guys about it. So, but that's all I wanted to say, how happy I was, how happy I am that I can really start working on the strengthening part now. And alright guys, so that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I didn't do much else during the day. Like I said, I took the nap and I didn't record anything else, but I just wanted to record this part and express how happy I am right now. Alright, so thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video and all my other videos. I appreciate all of you and the continued support you give my channel. And with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.